Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane. I'm a frosty Canadian, as I'm sure many Canadians are right now. Just a little something here after this meeting with Kearney and the premiers. One of the things that made Kearney so attractive to someone like me, and I'm going to assume other Canadians as well, is that this man is an economist. If you think he's going to ram anything through, you're naive. Okay, you're not dealing with your everyday politician. You're dealing with one of the world's foremost economists, a man who understands how economies work from the bottom up. So when it comes to just hammering things through, I would suggest for the premiers that you sit tight, let this man do his work, because he's an economic expert. Your politicians and semi-business people, which I would, I won't get into that right now. Just sit tight, premiers, especially Premier Ford. You have so shown your colors. Um, Jesus, what a disappointment. What an absolute disappointment you've turned out to be. And for anyone who's out there who's a liberal or even a conservative who's not happy with Premier Ford right now, quit your squawking online, okay? I tend to call the offices of Ford, the MP, the MPP, and the mayor here on typically about a weekly, bi-weekly basis, just to let them know that there's Maple MAGA, that there's zero employment, that's anything other than working at a grocery store for minimum wage, or being a PSW. Way to grow a dynamic economy. Oh, lack of imagination, conservatives. Okay, so anybody out there who's not happy, call them. Just call them. It takes 2 minutes. Sit there on hold while you're having your cup of coffee during your lunch break or doing one of your TikTok video things out in your car. Okay, you can be on hold. You can pause that recording and take that call, once you get off a hold. And typically it's only about 5 or 10 minutes, unless actually people stop doing the least confrontational thing. Is you call these people. You let them know who you are, where you live, and what your gripe is. Very simple. And don't forget all of these people that are, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. That does not work anymore. Okay, we've seen the power of people. So and how our election, our federal election, went from almost a conservative majority to almost or a complete liberal majority. That was done by us. So for anyone to say and just throw up their hands and say, well, it is what it is, no, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. And anyone who uses that as an excuse, you're useless. Okay? You're just one of those people who's going to bitch and moan and never do anything. All you've got to do is call. Write an email while you're sitting at your desk clicking through Amazon and whatever it is that you're shopping for that day. Take a couple minutes, throw an email together, fire it off. Don't do a cut and paste thing. Government doesn't really look at those things. But if you do an individual letter, okay, email, or if you make a phone call, you'll actually have an impact. And that's for the folks out in Alberta too. I know that there are a lot of people that are protesting out there right now, which is frickin' awesome. Because if nobody protests, then the politicians will think that everything is fine. So somebody, at least a single person, needs to be protesting to let the government know that one of their voters is not happy. And when there's one, there's going to be more, especially in Canada, because we just don't do that kind of a thing. But we're going to have to learn. If we're going to take control of our government and look at what's going on right now and, Jesus, use this horribleness as an opportunity to really change the way that we do things here. in Canada, which I really believe that we can. I think Canadians are apathetic. And I've also heard the comment, for example, somebody told me, why should we go to the effort of changing our economy from sending stuff and working so closely from the States? And why? It's called leverage. It's called leverage. So if we just give them 90% of our everything, the next time they want to yank the rug from underneath us, that 90% is at risk. So why would we give them or allow them to keep the leverage that they have over our economy when all they've got to do is throw some kind of a little hissy fit and we're fairly fucked? It's stupid. It's stupid. So that's the easy way. Okay, and Prime Minister Carney is looking at doing something that's going to be more difficult. But for example, if we're dealing with the EU, okay, the EU is a trading bloc that's made up of multiple countries. So unless that entire trading bloc decides to yank the rug out from under us, it's going to be a lot safer doing 90% of our trade with that trading bloc versus a single country that could just rip us from one end to another. So that's why we don't just rush into these trading agreements and why we maybe shouldn't climb right back into bed with the Americans. And what needs to be exercised right now is a lot of patience because they're talking nation building projects. These don't happen overnight. Canada's a big place. And I think our small population, which is going to help in a lot of regards, it's going to help with any kind of unemployment that may be coming at us. The jobs that are going to be coming aren't going to be suited for everyone, like me, for example. It's not like I'm going to go out there and learn how to weld. I'm too old for that. I'll be lucky if I get hired to do anything because of my age and definitely because of my gender. So I don't know if these jobs are going to be suiting everyone, all right? But it's going to mop up some of the unemployment. But folks, you've got to be patient. It's going to take some time. The fact that he's going to have that Prime Minister Carney is going to have the agreement, I believe, to get rid of the cross-border tariffs to make Canada one market, basically. The fact that that's going to be done by July is remarkable. But if you're looking at any trade agreements, especially with the lunacy that's going on down south, the last thing you want is anyone to go running into that and just whatever is offered on the table, you take. No, we're not beggars at the bowl, okay? And anyone who thinks that this thing and this big transformational thing is going to happen overnight, there again, people need to be patient. I feel nervous there again because that the jobs that are going to be made and stuff like that, I have a feeling that people like myself we're going to be left out of the mix. But at the same time, if you're resourceful, people like me may be able to make that bit of a leap. It's gonna be fucking tough, but I would rather it be brutally tough on myself as we readjust our economy to go elsewhere, into Europe, into Asia, into South America, etc., than to crawl back into bed with the States. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit. I know I'm going to take the hit one way or another just because of my age and my gender, but still. If the hit is going to be worse by us realigning our economy, I'll take it in a heartbeat. Because we got to take our power back, and that's what's happening. As a country, we're taking the power back, and we're taking the leverage back. We're moving out, sweetheart. We're looking for other real estate. They may be able to understand that in those terms. Anyways, okay. My 2 cents worth. I hope everybody gets to enjoy the day. It's going to be warm. It is June the 5th today at around 8 a.m. My God. Okay. Everyone be good. This Frosted Canadian. I'm out. Bye.